We're going to have an ocean deep conversation this morning. A scientist from the UP Marine Science Institute is set to make history as the first Filipino aiming to reach the third deepest point in the world. Dr. Deo Florence Onda is on a mission to plunge into what is known as the Emden Deep. It's located in the Philippine Trench, which is also known as the Mindanao Trench or Mindanao Deep. At almost 10,500 meters deep, the Philippine Trench is the third deepest part of the ocean. Now, Dr. Onda will be able to explain all of this to us this morning, and also joining him is First Officer Manuel Cobcoban. We're excited to hear about this mission. Let's start with you, Dr. Deo. You're now in the middle of the ocean, en route to the Philippine Trench. Ano ba ang nararamdaman mo ngayon, Doc?
Ano ba ang nararamdaman ko? We're just excited, Paolo. Good morning, everyone, by the way. We are reporting on board the DSSV pressure drop. Between Guam and the Philippines, somewhere in the middle. And we are all excited. I'm actually here with me, the first officer. There are a lot of Filipinos on board, although I'm the only one going down. There are actually a lot of Filipinos on board who are part of this historic mission. And one of them is the first officer of the ship, si Manuel.
Good morning, Manuel. Good morning.
Me, Manuel.
Now, both of you, it's quite historic, Manuel, Dr. Deo, that Filipinos are going to be part of a mission like this. I mean, it's happening in our own backyard, so to speak, very deep in our own backyard. Why is it so important, do you think, that Filipinos are part of this expedition? And you, Dr. Deo, personally are going to be amongst those who are going to actually, be going down that deep. It's pretty important that Filipinos are going to be part of this team.
Yeah, actually, in one of the commentaries of Professor J. Batumbakal, who actually also helped me for the whole process, he mentioned that there are actually more people who had been to the moon in the outer space than people who has actually gone down the deepest parts of the Earth. And I think one of the milestones here is that there has not been a Filipino who's actually holding that record. And I think we are privileged and, we are given that honor to represent the Philippines to do the first dive in the Emden Deep. I think the second thing is that the Philippine Trench, probably many Filipinos know about it, but not all Filipinos know about it. We've already explored the vastness of the West Philippine Sea. We've already discovered the new things we have in the Northeast Philippines, in the Philippine Rise. And I think it is just right time now to actually for us to discover the vastness of our resources and the deepest parts of the ocean. And if you go to Google and then actually look for the definition of whereabouts of the Emden Deep, there's really limited information about it. But I hope with this dive, giving attention to this unexplored oceanic region and also actually providing some perspectives to the Filipino people of what we could actually see down there, I hope we all become aware of the extension of our marine heritage, and that would include the Philippine Trench and the Emden Deep in the Philippine Trench. So there's a lot of first records here, first record for the Emden Deep. This is the first, I think this dive will also be the first deep dive for a Filipino aquanaut. And then this is also a first time that this ship, which is actually being manned by Filipinos, will actually come to the Philippines. Right. And I think that is a very good thing. It's a recognition of the Filipino scientists, but in as much as the milestone of going down there, I think it is also a recognition of the Filipino seafarers who have been manning most of the ships in the world, even amidst the pandemic.
Right. I mean, and that's perfect opportunity to ask First Officer Manuel, how do you feel about the fact na, isang Pinoy ang gagawa or ang magse-set ng record na to? Usually you are manning, in the background, manning the ships that go on these expeditions. Pero finally, Pinoy talaga ang sasama pababa. Ano ang nararamdaman ng crew and how does everybody else feel about this historic moment?
Yes, actually, we are always grateful for making a history all the time on board the DSSB pressure drop. But for this meantime, I was so excited for Dr. Deo that he will be one of the first person to visit Emden Deep and the only Filipino that can do. And it's a very rare opportunity because we only have one submersible that are capable of diving that deep. So we also very glad that Victor, the owner, choose one of our local scientists and oceanographer to go with him to dive at Emden Deep.
Well, it really is
So
a team
very
effort.
proud here. All of the Filipinos are proud of Dr. Deo.
This really is a team effort, isn't it, Manny, Doc Deo? I mean, everybody has a hand in setting history here. Tell us a little bit about this submersible. It's not an ordinary submarine, obviously. A submersible that is able to withstand almost 11 kilometers of deep depth. Has to be something special. How do you guys prepare for a mission? How does an aquanaut prepare for a mission like this? And how important is the team backing him up? People like Manny in the background.
Yeah, I think the submersible is called DSV limiting factor, the deep submersible vessel limiting factor. And I think it's really a technological feat. Most of the submersibles that have done deep dives in the past, they were only able to use it once. Yeah, and this is, I think, the first commercial submersible that can repeatedly dive in the depths of the ocean. So I think for me as the aquanaut, I placed my confidence on that technology, and I really didn't have that much physical preparation, just being mentally prepared about it. But I think in terms of physical limits, the vessel itself makes the voyage really comfortable. But I'm sure Manny will be able to add more to that.
Yeah, so regarding with the limiting factor, they called, that's the SAB that Dr. Deo going to ride down the deep of Emden Deep. So it is capable of diving around 11,000 meters. And as what Dale said, it can go in multiple times in the deep sea. And it can withstand the atmospheric pressure around 16,000 psi. So unlike the other submersible, it will be only used once, and once they're up at surface, and it will be crashed already. So limiting factor is the only one commercially. And regarding with the safety wise, it is credited with one of the organizations. So
The IMO.
they are so safe.
Yeah.
All
I
right,
think
so it
mentally
really
prepared
does
for
sound
this
like there is a
more
crack team
challenging,
looking
A lot of
after
people
you,
have been
Doc
asking
Deo.
me.
So we want to wish you the best of luck.
Yeah,
It really struck me when you said that there have been more people to outer space than there have been to areas as deep as this on the planet that we live in ourselves. And it's so exciting, and really a big salute to all of you and the Filipino mariners out there who are going to be sort of setting history. Good luck to you, Dr. Deo Onda and First Officer Manuel Cobcoban. We hope to speak to you back on the surface after your expedition. Thank you so much, and good luck. Thank you for joining us here on New Day.